left the mute on again. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. This is the Hero Hour, and this is the artist Andrew speaking. Yeah, I got that backwards this time, but that's okay. As long as I got the message out. Well, I've invited some friends, and we'll see if anybody's able to join. If not, I'll just tell you about my day while I draw and have a good old time. But I have to tell you guys, I had a fantastic 2 days. Yesterday and today. Hey, Joshua, how's it going? Hey, Lorenzo, how's it going? Hail Raven, hail Raven. Yes, I know. Hail Terra. But as I was saying, I had a fantastic last couple of days, yesterday and today. And of course, I get a notification that Doug's live. Doesn't that figure? Ah, well, he's hogging up my limelight, but yep, see, there goes the notification. Well, some of you all might know, Mike S. Miller started some crap up recently by taking an old layout that Mike Wieringo had done for Spider-Man, for a Spider-Man cover. And Mike decided he was going to finish it, so to say, but replacing Spider-Man with Lone Star and so forth. And he ended up making a 5-hour video, a live stream about it. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but it's out there. And all of a sudden, he received the ire of the SJW professional, community because of it. And a lot of craziness ensued. And what ended up happening, if you've all heard, he ended up torching the thing, which is really sad because it was a really cool sketch. He admits that he didn't do a great job, but he took something that was almost nothing and made something out of it. And, sometimes that's what art is. So, hey, Burning One, how's it going? The Burning One says Marshmallow first, Earl people to get the Fortnite skin and event.
There's a bunch of different opinions on it.
Well, but hey, Kodiak, how's it going, man?
It's going good. Gotta be careful what I'm showing here.
I got into a conversation back and forth on Twitter in regards to it, and I made some new friends.
Good.
Yeah, and I got called a moron and stupid, and it was wonderful.
Oh, yeah, you can't protect Mike or speak for Mike or have a similar view to Mike without hate coming in.
Yeah, well, that's all right. Well, I wanted to share with you guys the conversations that I had with some people. It was a lot of fun. I had a good time. I don't know if they had a good time or not.
Once they found out that it doesn't bug you, they're probably not having a good time.
Well, they kept coming at me, which I thought was great. But all right, So here's the finished page. Let me see if I can click on this, that Mike ended up doing. Mm-hmm. And I know he jokingly said the last Mike Wieringo original cover that may ever see print, Yeah. At the time, he may have been thinking about it, but he probably was never going to do it, never actually going to print it or anything. But, they went crazy on him.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw Dave Johnson attacking him. I saw Cully Hamner attacking him. I saw Kurt Busiek attacking him. And I was like, this is ridiculous, This is stupid crap, So I went ahead and I said something. I said, Mike, that's awesome. The original looked like a quick 2-minute unused layout, and it turned into something great. I'm amazed at how many professionals are butthurt over this. Yeah. I said, do what you do, man. Well, that obviously pissed people off. I have a new friend. His name's Eric Jensen. He says, well, what he currently does is piss on people's legacies and then try to profit off of it. You're cool with that? That says all I need to know about you.
How did you manage to get people pissed at you? And I called somebody an asshat and nobody got pissed at me.
Just wait. It gets better. It gets better. And then I replied to him, I said, Mike Wieringo is a comic book creative genius, and his work will last forever, especially in the love his fans have for him. Nothing Mike did here can touch that, ever. Mike honored Ringo by completing something that he started and which no one might ever have seen otherwise. And then he responds, except the cover was appropriated was from Sensational Spider-Man run. Acting like he rescued it from obscurity is super disingenuous at best and flat out lying at worst. Oh, called me a liar. There we go. Okay. But you make excuses for Miller shows us how little regard you have for Ringo and his legacy. I was like, damn, that's kind of harsh. Wait a minute.
Hail Lorenzo.
Hold on a second. I think I missed something here. Reply? I want to read what because I said something else and maybe not. Okay. All right. Then somebody named Loy Turns bringed in and said he also forged Ringo's signature. There's that too. Which, guys, I mean, when a penciler pencils a page, it is common practice for the inker, when they ink it, to ink the signatures.
Yeah.
It's common practice.
Was it a tag or was it a signature?
Well, he did it the way Ringo would sign stuff and said Ringo, you know?
Yeah.
But
now,
whatever.
EVS did have a point about that, to do the after thing, you know, Mike S. Miller after whatever, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. All right, hold on a second. I think I've lost part of the conversation here because there was a lot of other stuff back and forth with Eric. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Then I replied saying, yep, giving him credit for the layout. He never hid what it was.
Yeah.
And then I said, also, it's a pretty common practice for inkers to ink a penciler's signature in a final image. Mm-hmm. And then he says, so now you're just calling Miller a tracer? Interesting new tact. And I said, it's called inking, you silly man. To call any of what Mike did tracing shows your lack of knowledge.
Yeah. And
then I mentioned, tonight on my Hero Hour live stream, we're going to call it the Mike Ringo Appreciation Show. Feel free to stop by and join the conversation. Then he says, nah, I've shown you how, you've shown how you feel about Ringo's legacy. I'd hate to think any less of you than I already have. And
damn, Andrew.
And then I said,
this is a good day for you.
Yeah, I know. And then I said, oh, damn, a chance to possibly have a civil, informative conversation. Guess we should all just go back to hating on Mike. And there I was, going to make it a very special show just for you. And then he said, if it's anything like other CG or show.
And there it is. We have the winner.
No. I actually, there's other stuff here, which is even funnier. So
yeah.
It says, if it's anything like other CG or show, it's filled with warning signs of psychopathy. So
yeah,
I'll pass.
It's a comics gate hater. That's what you are.
Yeah. And he says, oh, it's not. I said, oh, it's not. I write and draw a kid-friendly action graphic novel series. Working on book 3 right now. And most of my live streams are me drawing and my friends picking on me, which is fun. And then his response was, hopefully, unlike Mike S. Miller, these people are actually your friends. It's like, what a dick.
I haven't been keeping up with that.
Oh man, it shit hit the fan, dude. I mean,
oh yeah, I know. I know that. It's just I posted the little thing of Andrew dancing and walked away.
Yeah. Well, here, then I.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, here. Wait a minute. This is the other part of this where I said he's a creative genius, and then I said, but go ahead and show how little respect you have for Ringo's legacy by being insulted by something so small. With all due respect, this shows me that all I need to know about you. Where is the one where the guy called me a moron? I gotta find that one. Because that one was funny. Hold on a second.
Well, while you're finding that, I want to read Joshua Hughes. He's trolling me because.
All right, well, give me a minute. Let me finish this, and so we'll make this quick. I promise. Then Ion Comics says, you do realize Mike was acknowledged that he was wrong, don't you? Mind you, he also said he laughed at those who took difference for his misappropriation of a late artist's work for his own selfish huckerism. So it sincerely is certainly questionable. Did Mike ever say misappropriation or huckerism at all?
No, he admitted he went about it the wrong way. There's nothing wrong with, like, I wouldn't have done what he did, but his intentions were not malicious, and he should have got permission first.
Guys, I got to get a pizza out the oven. I'll be back.
All right, you can't get permission from a dead guy, so.
No, he can get permission from his estate.
Yeah, well, he wasn't going to publish it. He could do anything he wanted to with that original art, you know?
Yes.
So.
Yes, he could. I wouldn't have done what he did.
Well, I've debated it. I have that one sketch from Rick Leonardi. That's just a really, really light pencil sketch. I've always wanted to ink it and finish it, you know?
Yes.
But that's my right.
Oh, yeah,
I own the piece. I can do whatever I want with it. So.
But
well, Mike did jump in here and say, I did a poor job on the backgrounds. The background literally didn't exist. And I said, roast it for being a bad drawing is fine. Referring it to as misappropriation and calling Mike a selfish huckster goes from thoughtful criticism to hating for hate's sake. All I'm saying is be better than that.
Yeah. I saw that part. That was from yesterday or...
Yeah.
I posted the thing of you and then walked away.
Yeah, okay. Well, then I said, wait a minute, there was... Oh, he deleted his tweet. That's why it's unavailable.
Yeah. Because he crossed the line with you and he knew it.
This was the one where he called me a moron. I think
he crossed the line. He crossed the line and destroyed his own argument.
I think I screen printed it before.
Good.
And then I said,
screenshot that stuff.
And then I said, "Aw," and I was trying so hard to make you like me. Well. Just so you know, I have a YouTube channel. If you'd like to come by and share your lack of respect here, I'd love new fans. And he says, thanks, but I have plans to watch paint dry. And then I said, I will admit, I do have a few videos that make watching paint dry exciting, but I try. Thanks for helping me out with it.
Yeah.
I just love playing with these people. They're so...
Yeah. And the nice guy trolling angers them more.
There were many, I will admit, there were many times that I wanted to jump in and call somebody a freaking fucking idiot, but I didn't. Yeah. I held back, and
that's the way they act that way. Like Mr. Cultural Appropriation and his disappointingness and
Yep. So there was more in there. Oh, and then
do you know which artist I'm talking about? Is Mr. Cultural Appropriation?
No, who are you talking about?
Oh, well, by their rules, Mr. Coley Hamner.
Oh, well.
You remember Brave? The Native American superhero with a tomahawk and everything?
Yes, I remember that very much. Okay, where was the other part?
Well, I need to find that. I have that pack of prints with that image. I need to scan that shit and send it to Tug.
Oh, this is the one where I came back and said, it's called inking, you silly man. To call it anything, what Mike did tracing shows your lack of knowledge. He goes, oh no, I'm aware of the difference between penciling and inking. And what Miller did was trace over a legendary talent to try to bulk his gullible customers. They've called him a huckster. One of them calls him a grifter. It's like he didn't sell. He wasn't selling anything. You know, I mean,
Mike was apparent from the jump.
I know
what he was doing.
And then I said, "You once again obviously don't know the difference between tracing and inking. Come on the live stream tonight, and I'll educate you." And he says, "If you feel the need to defend Miller when even he has admitted he did not handle this correctly, and even EVS is hanging him out to dry." Does anybody hear that happening?
Yes.
Whatever.
Well, Ethan was like, "What are you doing?" when he did it.
Yeah. Well, then he says,
Ethan had a stream earlier, but he was then fussing at him. Okay, you did it. That's not okay, or in EVS's opinion. But he's like, okay, but don't apologize.
Well, he'd already apologized and said he was sorry, and
he was apologizing. Well,
I think that's Mike S. Miller's biggest fault is he apologizes.
Ethan was screen sniping him. That's at that time. Ethan was screen sniping him to say, don't apologize. Please don't.
And then this guy says, well, I guess I won't stop you from trying to die on this stupid hill. And I said, the stupid hill. I've been there before. You should come on by for a visit. We have T-shirts. Where's the one where the guy?
It's the fact that he has to argue with you. You're no.
Oh, he's come back on every single thing I've said.
So it's the same guy?
No, well, there's like 3 different guys that were involved here.
I disagree, but I don't I can disagree with what someone did and not hate them. I don't hate them.
I wouldn't do it.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do it. Oh, if I had a Ringo original, I wouldn't touch it. It'd be behind like 6 feet of UV protective glass.
Yeah.
I actually have a Ringo original. I couldn't find it. I was going to show it to you, but
but it's Mike's property, guys. It's Mike's property. Yeah. And I get, there could have been a couple statements of, hey, don't sell this, and that would have been a wrong way to go. But as far as
I don't think his offense is as grievous as they're making it out.
No, absolutely not.
Now, if he was trying to take full credit and wasn't trying to give
Lorenzo asked
credit, it'd be different.
Yeah, Lorenzo asked, did Miller work with Ringo? It sounds like they may have been friends. I don't know if they were friends or not, but I do know they worked together. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
And from what I've always heard, well, actually, I think I met Ringo a couple of times, like briefly when I was still just never been published, and he was super nice to everyone. I've never heard anyone say a bad word about him ever.
Okay, hey Avery, I got something for you.
Uh-oh.
This is an original Dave Johnson Blue Line illustration. Would you like to ink it and misappropriate it to something else?
No.
I couldn't do it, but you could do it. No. I would gladly let you.
No, I think that's out of
I wouldn't do. Like if I was going to do a tribute to another artist, I would have light boxed it, and then I would have sought permission in whatever way was possible.
Oh well, I've already got a plan. But, I'm going to do.
But I would. I don't think.
I'm going to do a Mike Ringo.
What Mike did justifies the level of crazy coming at it.
Yeah.
Well, no, there was a point in the conversations that I was having that I realized that these people hate Mike S. Miller.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what he does, what he says. None of that was going to change. I mean, it's a day later and people are still talking about it.
Yes.
After he burned the damn thing, you know?
If it was actually if what he inked was actually the original.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, it was. We all watched him do it.
That doesn't mean it was the original. I could, if you scan a thing like that and print it out color on camera, you couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah. Well, no, it was the original though.
Yeah, he did it on the live stream, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but that doesn't mean that.
No, because we were all telling him to just scan it, just whatever.
Yeah. I blame Wolf's Milk because look who it was egging him on.
Oh yeah, it was John Malin that egged him on to make him do it. So.
Hashtag blame Malin.
That's right.
Blame that Wolf's Milk.
So
because Mike was egging him on, and John Malin was egging him on, and I was just like, Malin, what are you doing? I was wincing and cringing the whole time, like, no, stop! Oh my God, Mike, no. But I don't hate Mike. I really like Mike. Mike's intentions.
Well, see, that's what I had to think of. Is it like, am I wanting to let Mike off the hook because I like him because I'm on his stream all the time? If this was one of if there was somebody from Marvel that we don't like, would I be like jumping on the bandwagon going, yeah? And I think that's all it is. The fact is he owned that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, even if it was an anti-comics hater that did something like that, I wouldn't be like on their timeline cussing him out.
Yeah,
guys,
I wouldn't. I would just be like, you handled that wrong. It's nobody freak out.
Yeah,
guys,
it's rage culture.
Yes, I'm gonna misappropriate a piece of Mike Ringo's art.
Oh, don't. I know you're gonna lightbox it and like you're not gonna do anything bad to the art.
I'm not gonna do anything to the original art.
But I wouldn't do it just out of respect for Ringo. Because your intent is just to troll them.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, he's lightboxing it? No, that's fine.
No. What I was going to do was I was going to take a cover that he did, which, by the way, was a homage to
definitely
a Romita Senior drawing. Sure. And I'm going to take this layout and I'm going to use the same layout and I'm going to do a hero drawing based on it.
Oh,
and just right after, like EVS said, right after.
Yeah. But in their mind, I'm spitting on his legacy. I'm pissing on his creative genius.
Not the way you're talking about doing it. The way you're talking about doing is an homage.
That's right.
Which is very respectful because, I mean, it's been going on with comic covers for decades.
Yeah, there's people that dislike it, but everybody just needs to chill. Wow.
Yeah, I don't. If this was an SJW doing it, I still wouldn't be butthurt. I would just be like, whatever, calm down.
Yeah.
Yes, but they get butthurt very, very quickly and very, very easily, and they won't let it go. Even after the man apologizes, after he burns the art, they won't let it go. And
yeah,
you know that's perfectly fine, you know?
When I found out about burning the art, that I was like, oh, that's sad. Well, please, don't do that.
I was going to offer to make him a trade him that piece of art for my Mike Ringo original, but I think he already owns other Mike Ringo pages, so
there's a chance.
Yeah. Why is everything?
Yeah, he'd been talking about that drawing for weeks. I mean, you know how I joke around and say you're my Mike Miller?
Uh-huh.
Mike gets very excited about things and then proceeds forward sometimes without thinking. That's the reason I go, you're my Mike Miller. You do this. You're very similar. You get excited. And I see why he would have been excited about doing that.
Yeah. All right. I got to get the proportions right. Can I see through this? Maybe.
Yeah, I would. I would never try to do an homage to Ringo because, well, he's way better than me.
Well, to be honest with you, Mike Ringo was an inspiration for me.
Uh-huh.
You know, you can see it. I mean, maybe you can see it in some of Hero's sketches, but he was an inspiration.
No, especially that raccoon guy you did. I was like, oh yeah. I even mentioned it. That upshot of that raccoon guy.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, keep pushing forward, making your stuff a little more like that is what I'm thinking.
Well, yeah, Lorenzo, somebody would have found a reason to be mad though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do if you're a comic skater. They want a reason to freak out on you.
Here's one thing. I wouldn't even known who the guy was if Mike wouldn't have done it. Now all of a sudden he brings light to somebody I didn't know. So that
dude, Ringo, once he was in the big two, he skyrocketed. He was awesome. He had like this amazing reputation that everybody like. I've never heard a bad story about the dude. Like everybody loved him and respected him. And this is way before you heard lots of political crazy talk.
Yeah.
A lot of artists and writers and creators didn't harp on the politics all the time. At least not publicly.
You guys need to be. I'm yelling at my kids online.
Yeah.
I told John is going to John Dillard gaming the system. He's going to laugh his butt off when I tell him I just did that. I was worried about it. Ever since the kids come home from school, I was like, dude, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But there I go.
He was a fantastic artist, dude. Everybody loved his stuff.
My description of him as a creative comic book genius is probably, is putting it on the low end, There's a lot of stuff that he did that was just absolutely fantastic.
Him dying young was a loss for the industry.
It was.
It really was.
What kind of... Okay, fill me in, Avery. Who is this guy?
Who? Ringo?
Is he an Image guy? Is he a Marvel guy?
He worked for everybody.
Yeah, he did.
He worked for every. He's from the era of everybody bounced around, man. Everybody bounced around. If you were good, as soon as your contract was up at one, the other editors at the other company were calling you. If you were good, if you were dependable, if your name was a unit shifter, like you bumped up the sales of anything you were on, even before your contract was up, editors were like, "Hey, when your contract up, we want you over here," and they would throw bonuses at people and like come back over to DC, come back over to Marvel. Hey, do you want to do a book over here at our company? You know,
he did I think some of his earliest work was with DC, where he did the Flash. Now, honestly, I was not a fan of his Flash run, but he was still getting his feet wet in comics at that point.
And he was one of those dudes that, like, you saw his first couple of books and you were like, this guy's got potential. But because he got it done, that's back when people broke in and you saw their stuff was pretty good. But if they were dependable, they started getting more and more work, and they escalated rapidly because they started drawing every day, all day. And he was one of those dudes that just got real good real fast.
See, now I first saw him, or I didn't meet him. I did not meet him. Is that year that we went to the Atlanta Comic-Con. And he had a line all the way around the table and back because he was doing free sketches for people. So if you go on eBay and you see somebody selling an old sketch of his, most likely they got it for free, because that's the kind of guy he was. But that's when he was working on Flash, and I didn't like Flash. So the opportunity to get a free sketch was there, and I passed it up stupidly because, he had a long line. I didn't want to wait in a long line. But he was always known to be, fantastic with the fans and just an all-around great guy. And, Now,
Andrew, I got a question for you. How many of these butthurt people do you think sat down here and talked about Mike? What's his last name?
Ringo.
Well,
Ringo is.
Yeah.
Right. Because I kept hearing them say Ringo, and I was like,
he signed everything Ringo for short.
Okay, like Ringo Starr, right?
Yeah, is how he signed it. Yeah.
But how many of these butthurt people took time to go, okay, well, we've just sat down and mused about this guy for the past 5 minutes. We've talked about who this person was. It's not about Ringo for them. It's about hating on Mike.
Yes.
Yeah, it's about hating on Mike. It's easy, It's easier just to be mean, nasty, and hateful than it is to acknowledge, the greatness of an artist, So, but I'm going to show you guys. In just
Lorenzo was in the same boat I was. He didn't know who Ringo was either until now.
Well, I don't want to say he had a kiddie style.
No, it was animated.
It was very much based on animation, and it was gorgeous. He was able to take. Todd owns an original page of Mike Ringo art that I told him, I said, the Telos page. I told him, I said, you better never, ever, ever make this available to anybody because it is so wonderful. It is so awesome. And I told him, if you ever need money, I'll buy it from you. But never, ever, ever, ever put it out there because it's so awesome. And he got very lucky to get that page when he did. I don't remember how much he paid for it, but it was very, very nice. I was very jealous. I told him if he ever needs money, Todd has a couple of pieces of original art that I'm like, dude, this is your daughter's college education right here. He has some nice stuff. And it's all my originals, so.
Hey, did you get any hero pages done? Uploaded?
I've been at work all day.
I have to ask.
But I did find my pen. I did find it.
Cool.
It was, it had fallen into a box.
Avery, Andrew, if one day we hang out and I give you this little scribble and you're like, you know what? And I'm gonna throw it away, or I give it to you, or we trade it, and you're like, hey, let me keep that, and I'm like, yeah, here you go. And one day I pass away, and the way you want to memorize me is
memorialize you.
Memorialize me is memorize. Memorialize, is to add me in a new book, because you know that. We did a lot of that stuff together, and it's fun, and it's one last chance to ink over my work, or please do it. That's my stake in this. Well,
let me say this officially then. if we ever get together, either one of you, and I give you something, maybe a brief sketch that I've done, a blue line sketch, and something happens to me and I pass away, you better fucking not do anything with it. You do not touch you do. I'm saying it right now. You better not touch it. You better.
I knew it was coming.
Well.
Wait, but was that a joke? Because there was that thing you gave me the other day that I totally let my kids color. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm thinking, what did I give you? No. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. But I have original pieces of art that are like left undone, left unfinished. I actually have a I mentioned that Rick Leonardi one. That's actually a finished piece, even though it's all pencils. And I've always thought about inking it. But I have another page where Rick Leonardi started it. He built the skeleton for the woman that he was drawing, mainly just a head and a torso, and that was it. And then he stopped, and then he went and did something. He went and took it in a different direction. But I still have that original where he never finished it, And I've always thought about doing something with it, but I'm not the guy to do it. I'm not the guy who could make that awesome. Avery could do it and make it awesome.
I make everything awesome. I'm amazing. I'm such a jerk. Okay, when I die, don't memorialize anything. Just talk about what a jerk I am.
Dude, I was on Malin's.
Dude, I'm not going to talk about you for an instant if something happened to you. I'll be like,
no,
hey,
every
guys,
time your name comes up, he's going to cry.
I'm going to be like, hey, guys, did you hear Avery kicked the bucket? Now let's talk about Legos. In his honor.
That was pretty brutal.
I approve.
Yeah, I was about to say that's straight up Andrew style.
Well, I've actually told
Avery style.
I've told my wife this. I said, if something happens to me and I pass away and there's any type of gathering, and I don't want a memorial service, I don't want a funeral, I don't want any of that stuff. I said, I want you guys to have a party. I want you to get together and have a good time. And I said, I only want 3 people to speak at it. Todd, Avery, and my other buddy, Yuli. And I said, those 3 guys are the only people I wish to have speak at anything. And my wife said, okay, but why? I said, because they know all my secrets and I'll be dead, so I won't care if they share them. They know all the stories.
They'll be able to get the laugh that you want at your funeral.
Yeah. And then Avery tells me he won't do it. I'm like, whatever, punk. I'm going to outlive him by at least 15 years. No problem. Maybe even more. Because I'm de-aging. People think I look so much younger than I actually am. I think I'm literally de-aging.
My hairline's what gives me at my age away.
Well, you're always wearing a hat, so nobody can see.
Yeah. I know I need to shave my head again, though. It looks awful growing out.
I mean, when there's people that think my son is younger than me,
or
older than me,
those are very dumb people.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I hang out with. Bum bum bum. Boop.
Oh, seriously? Freaking Chrome.
I bumped you, and you didn't even say anything.
Oh, because I'm fighting with Google Chrome. It's wanting to lag out, and because I'm trying to screen share.
So I ended up.
We're not seeing anything of yours. It's still your icon.
I know, because Google Chrome went full Riri.
Do bats have tails?
No, but they can in Heroes World. It's not the real world, dude. You can do anything.
Bats have those little fluffy tails.
No, he means prehensile. For what he's doing, he needs a bat to have a prehensile tail.
Well, no. The idea was that he had a rope that's wrapped around Hero. But I drew the bat in a bad angle. That's not a good bat. Guys, I gotta admit a secret to you. Just don't tell anybody else, okay? I didn't do a sketch last night. my sketch a day thing. I didn't do a sketch yesterday. I was so tired, and I didn't get around to it. So I have to, sometime this week, I have to catch up. But I didn't do my sketch a day. Just don't tell anybody, because it's a secret.
Everybody.
Guys, Andrew didn't do a sketch yesterday.
Andrew sucks.
Yeah, just ask the guys on Twitter. They'll tell you.
You're having too much fun.
I was. I even at one point during my day at work, went into Twitter to see what the comments were and commented a few times, and I was having a good time with it.
Yeah. I thought they stopped. That's
No. It's still going on. That last one that I read to you about the guy saying, "Well, I hope they're better friends," and that was just 2 minutes before the stream started.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm.
I don't know. I've been putting up with this crap for 30 years. He's my Mike Miller. I mean, I can rag on him, but don't you rag on him.
See, I think these Twitter guys, if they knew how much fun and enjoyment I was getting out of this, they would stop doing it right away. Like the one guy that deleted his comment. You pussy.
Yeah, Hangouts completely froze in Chrome. It's still. Oh well.
Well. All right, let me read some of the chat because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, Burning One. Okay. Greetings, brother. Okay, got that. Hail, Uncanny Kodiak. Don't say hail to him.
You say go to hell.
Joshua says, you got called a moron? What did you do? Talk about how you think Terra is the best Titan. I will. No. Okay. Let's go back to the Terra thing, okay? Terra is redneck trailer trash. And part of me thinks that's kind of sexy.
How dare you?
My wife is actually standing right here rolling her eyes at me right now. Dude, if she has a tattoo, a tramp stamp that says Deathstroke was here.
Roll over and just let her rub your belly, huh?
Go away.
Are you interested in one of those small white
Hold on a second, dear.
Spousal abuse. You evil person, you. Oh, wait. He muted himself.
Yes, I muted myself because my wife was asking me questions, and I wanted to make sure she didn't, dox me, by accident. She has no idea what doxing means, by the way.
Yeah, doxing.
Don't push your luck.
Actually, she just yelled, "Don't push your luck." I love that woman.
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Because your options are limited.
I'm too new. I couldn't do it.
No one else would have you. No one else is that merciful to put up with you.
Dude, I told you. I got her pregnant. She can't get away from me now. That's why she probably said, "Okay, fine, I'll marry you." Because I had that's how you do it.
Just flushing that G rating right out the door.
I didn't say nothing bad.
I hate losing my layers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I thought about doing some of the editing. All
right, I'll be back.
The conversation I was just starting was directed directly at him.
Yep.
He
I think he has to reboot or go out and come back. Nope. No, he didn't. Oh.
So I was having fun. Okay, let me go back to the conversation real quick. So, make sure to press like if you enjoy this stream. Oh yeah, please do, guys. There's only 3 people watching. I think everybody jumped because there's a bunch of people just announced that they're. Let's see.
Yeah,
Chester's up. Doug's up. Like, damn it, don't you guys know this is my time? Oh, it's all right. Let's see. Make sure, okay. So Ringo wouldn't have mind Mike inking his. So Ringo wouldn't have mind Mike inking his work. I don't.
Probably not.
Permission from the family. You don't listen. If I own a piece of art from Frank Frazetta, and it's a sketch, I don't need permission from his estate to finish that sketch.
That's right.
You know, I would need permission if I was going to publish it, if I was going to try to sell it. But Mike hadn't even gotten that far yet. And he jokingly said, you know, this could be the last, it may be the last thing he's ever published. They're freaking out because they hate Mike, not because of what he did. You know?
Yeah.
Now, if Mike had decided to sell the piece, if Mike had decided to put it on, publish it, I would have been upset. I would have jumped in. But all he did was take a sketch like this, a quick sketch, and finished it. And yes, he changed the character. It's freaking it's his art. He can do whatever he wants with it.
Yep.
But see, that's not the point. The point is they hate Mike Miller.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, says, well, is it inking to change it from Spider-Man to Lone Star? He could have changed it to Batman if he wanted to. He owns the art. He could do whatever he wants with it. I think the fact that he did Lone Star was actually kind of creative. But, you know,
especially these people are jumping on the bandwagon having not watched the stream. They don't know that it was literally the loose sketch.
Yeah, no, they're basing it off the actual cover that he went with something a little different.
Yeah, well, Lorenzo said Mike does some questionable things, but his intent wasn't bad. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I've met Mike Miller. I met him in New York. I went and talked to him all 3 days that I was there. That guy is professional to a point. He is probably one of the most professional guys in this industry I have ever met. He was kind. He was willing to talk to me. And I'm a spaz, and he was willing to talk to me all 3 times. He never ran away once. And actually, the guy next to him had like dollar comics or something. And we were all going through the boxes together, pulling stuff out and talking about different books. And when we just had a really good time. He's a very decent human. His son was there. I got to talk to his son. He's a great guy. He's very professional. What he does online is just like what Ethan does. It's to poke the bear. It's to get attention. It's to do stuff that makes people talk. You know? Yeah. That's...
Yeah.
And if people don't realize that, if people can't understand that the number one rule in this game is get attention, they're being stupid.
Yep.
You know? I think Mike S. Miller is an incredibly talented artist. He's a very nice guy. And me telling you this is probably going to hurt his image in the long run, you know? Because, you know, me saying that he's a great guy, and even if he took that piece of art and made a video of him dropping trout and taking a dump on it, I would have been laughing my butt off. But, you know, that's all it was for.
Not me. That would have got me going. No, Mike. That's
you don't even know who Mike Ringo is. Go back to sleep.
That doesn't mean I can't appreciate it for art and defecating on somebody's art. But then again, just like Malin said last night, it's all an emotional response to something that doesn't matter.
Yeah, Lorenzo says, had Mike lightboxed it and called it an homage, there would have been nothing to be angry about. Oh no, they still would have been angry.
That's what I think he should have done.
Well, that's what he started to do until Malin turned him to the dark side, and you know the whole reason why Malin did that. Let's bring attention. Let's cause a stir.
No, I was watching him and Elliot last night. He's a really cool guy to listen to, John Malin.
I like Malin.
If you listen to John Malin in some of the live streams, and he's making some remarks that you're like, oh God, I've had conversations with him off stream. He is another one of these guys that's very professional, very accommodating, very nice. He's probably not going to be happy that I said all this, but he and Mike Miller are, to me, two of the most professional, most honest, most true people you would meet. And I know they probably wouldn't consider me a friend because they really don't know me, but in honesty, these guys are great guys. I would go out and have a drink with them. We would have a great time, and it would be, F Dave Johnson.
Yeah,
Tell Cully Hamner to go kiss my ass.
I was teasing.
Kurt Busiek can lick my butt. We're losing the G rating anyway, right? So.
I was teasing Malin last night about finally finding a picture of him online.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
But then I realized it's probably 20 years ago, so he was like... But no, he looks exactly like you would expect him to look like.
Yeah. I'm unsure how Lone Star could suspend himself in the air like Spider-Man, but it was a creative interpretation of a rough sketch. Well, you know what's really funny? I saw the finished piece first, and the very first thing I had said was he did an homage to Mike Ringo, because that's what it looked like to me. The fact that he did it on top of a Mike Ringo, layout, it was me going, oh my God, that's even better. That's fantastic. That's taking something that, to be quite honest with you guys, Mike Ringo probably had hundreds of blue line sketches like that where he did it and said, nope, don't like it. Started, nope, don't like it. And all it is an idea that got started and never finished. Mike finished it. Mike took something and honored the guy by finishing it. Yes, he twisted it into something of his own, but that's what I would have done. That's what anybody would have done in that situation. Now, granted, signing his name to it, that was a little iffy on my book. But then again, he never hid the fact of what it was. He never, ever hid what he was doing. He was open and honest about it. And yes, he took some crap for it. And you know what? Most of it, maybe it was rightfully so. But they are totally taking this overboard. And I'm enjoying pissing them off. So I'm having fun with it. Lorenzo says Mike should never have burnt it, and he should have kept it, burnt it.
I agree with Lorenzo.
Pisses the people who actually liked it. Well,
yeah,
but you know what? You know what I think he could do? He could then draw another using the same layout or using the same style or whatever. Actually, I think he inked it in his own style. I mean,
and we don't know that he actually burned it, do we?
Yeah, no. He burned it.
We saw that. We saw it. I doubt he did that online.
Lorenzo has a good question. Says, is it common for an inker to sign the original artist's name?
If it's in pencil, the inker will ink the signature if the signature was in pencil.
That's true. That's true. Or if it's digital, they will digitally add it in because there's a lot of pencilers that do the pencil, scan it, and then send it to the inker, and the inker digitally inks it, or they print it out in blue line and then they ink it. You got to ink the name, Like, here's a good example. I'm going to show you guys a good example from my history. The very first drawing that I ever did that got published was this FemForce pinup that I did. This was a long, long time ago. And this was back before I even had a signature.
That wasn't in the 90s, was it?
Yeah, it was early 90s. But I had penciled
early 90s?
Here was the deal. It was a contest.
I probably had that book, Andrew, and I'm freaking out.
It's a pinup book, but the contest was you pencil the page, you send it to them. If you win, they have a professional artist ink it, and then you get the original art back. So that's kind of cool. Well, you'll see down here, I really quickly drew this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sexticon, whatever six sides is, whatever, I don't know, but well, you can't see it in here. And then because I didn't really have a signature, then I just signed my initials, AC. I signed this in pencil. The inker, when he inked it, inked my signature. That is a very, very common practice. And actually, I'm so glad he did, because by now the pencils probably would have faded.
They would be gone completely.
Yeah. Well, you can see my name down here where it says penciler. That's how I signed my name back then. I just wrote it out.
Yeah.
But this was me experimenting with signing a page, and he actually inked it. And when I got it back, I was like, "That's cool," because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to sign something like this. But he went the extra step, and I truly appreciated it. So, but All right, says Lorenzo then says, so he burnt it on a barbecue. People say he made a Holocaust reference, but I didn't hear that part. What?
I don't remember that at all. I watched it. I don't
know if anybody, if he had, people would have been screaming about that by now. You know.
I don't remember hearing anything like that.
Yeah.
I really don't.
And if he did do something like that, I'm not saying he didn't, but if he did, it was just to be
a
trollish and yeah. And I have a thing. I
highly doubt he said anything about a Holocaust. I
don't remember. I watched it and I don't remember.
Well, it's still out there. We can.
I'd have to watch it again, but I absolutely don't remember anything like that.
Yeah. Well, I think I have an issue with people getting offended by words. And the reason, my theory is this: if you get offended by a word or a statement or something, you're giving somebody else who you know nothing about power over you. You know, if you walk into a room and you say cracker, and that pisses you off, you just gave somebody you don't even know the power to affect you by saying this one word. And I think it's almost like that with SJWs, where no matter what Mike Miller does, the fact that he's there and he does it pisses them off, you know? And it doesn't matter what he does, doesn't matter what he says, it just infuriates them. Same thing with EVS, same thing with Richard, you know? And guys, life's too short to get upset like that over stupid crap, you know? Oh, wait a minute. Lorenzo says, didn't you hear? Mike Miller's worse than Hitler, him being mixed race and having a Jewish wife and kids. Yeah, he is.
I know.
He's horrible.
They think anyone who disagrees with them is automatically like alt-right or something stupid.
I mean, look at them going after alternate comics and then finding out he was Asian.
Like they couldn't have... Dude, what's with SJWs hating Asian comic creators? They seem to go after the Asians a lot.
Do you know what it is? They hate success. And Jim Lee is the biggest, most successful comic book artist out there. And he's Asian.
And he is one of the best.
They hate Ethan because he's successful. You know?
They do hate success. They talk about success always like it's a dirty thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you were successful, you had to sell your soul. It's like, no, maybe they're just that good.
Well, that's like my mother. My mother, when we were talking about a politician, I'm not going to mention any names, and all she could say was, "He's rich," and I'm like, "What is this jealousy of rich people coming out?" You know,
that's that dirty liberalism.
Yeah.
Even though they don't hate it when the liberals are rich, which a lot of them are. They're Learjet liberals. Oh, yeah. You need to drive a tiny little car. Or you're a bad person.
I saw somebody in one of those.
They get in their private jet.
I saw somebody in one of those death machines yesterday. One of those little itty bitty 2-seaters that looks like, you know, you could pick it up and throw it across the bridge. You know.
Yeah, roller skates. I call them roller skates.
They're death traps. They're absolute death traps. And you know how many people buy those for their kids?
We had a Ford Festiva we called a roller skate. That was the name of the car.
He's really good at sidetracking me. You know that?
Hey, he actually gets in there and it breaks you up, which is amazing.
People actually think they're doing a good thing for their kids by buying them those cars, you know?
Oh, they're awful. I wouldn't, dude. If I ever have kids and I buy them a car, I'm buying them like a 1980s era Volvo. Those little freaking tanks.
Yep. Well, my daughter had a tank for a bit, and then she went on and destroyed it, and that kind of thing happens with lady drivers.
Lady drivers, like,
right. She says I'm the one that taught her how to drive. I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember.
Because I remember teaching Mike to drive, and Mike's a very good driver. He's never been in an accident. He's never been in an accident.
Definitely an excellent driver.
He's never been in an accident that he caused. Let's put it that way. Lorenzo says, Asians are discriminated against in entrance exams at Harvard. Asian men are required to have a higher score to get in. That doesn't surprise me.
That doesn't shock me. I say let the cream rise to the crop no matter who or what race you are. That's supposed to be what it's about.
I taught 7 people to drive, and all 7 of them, the only accidents they've been in, they didn't cause.
Well, I cannot say that about my wonderful, beautiful daughter.
Yeah, people teach people all wrong. First of all, don't spaz. Second of all, don't start teaching somebody by pulling out of the driveway. That's not the first lesson. That's one of the last. Jesus, guys.
Actually, you guys want to see? I think I still have it somewhere.
No, I think one of the best ways is you take them to an empty parking lot first, and then let them drive around the empty parking lot.
Yep. And the first lesson, they don't hit the gas because the car will move itself.
Mm-hmm.
The first lesson is the brake.
Yeah.
They got to feel the power of the brake, the jerking of the brake, just how much that brake will launch you. So I have them just let off the brake and put on the brake and then let off. And I'm like, I want you to get used to what the car will do by itself. It worked every time. And it also works as a platform and a basis to calm them down when they're with me. You know, I will never do that. Hey, okay, watch out, stop. Like my dad did to my sister.
All right. I'll have to share it with you guys next time. I don't know where it's at, but I'm going to find it. But my wife took my daughter out for her first driving lesson. And I was in the house or the apartment. I don't remember. Yeah, it was the apartment. We were in an apartment at this point. And 5 minutes later, my daughter comes back in and I said, what are you doing? And she's carrying the plastic undercarriage for my van. And she holds it up to show it to me. I said, what did you do? She says, well, you know, when you're supposed to back out of the parking spot, I kind of went forward and hit the cement divider thingamabob and ripped the plastic undercarriage out of my van.
Oh, good girl.
That was her first time driving. And I wasn't with her. My wife was with her for that.
Yeah.
It was all downhill from there. It was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
So.
Hashtag blame Jen.
Yep.
Hashtag blame Jen. That's right.
I had them doing K-turns in 2 weeks, every last one of them.
Hashtag women drivers.
No, I 3 of those was women drivers. It has not all. It's just, and the thing is you also can't. You can't say, oh, if they did get in a car accident, you can't go, well, I taught you better. No, you teach them, you know, what to do when you're in a car accident because you don't want to panic then either.
Actually,
because that happens.
You know what? I lied. I said my son had never been in an accident or caused an accident. Mm-hmm. He did one time. And this is a really funny story. We were living. Mm-hmm. All right, get it out of you now. Go ahead and laugh now, okay? He was driving his sister to school, and they left the house. And not 2 minutes later, I get a call from Ayla. She goes, "Dad, we've been in a car accident." I said, "Are you okay?" She said, "Yeah, Mike hit the lady in front of us, stopping at a light. So we moved into the medium, and this is on University Boulevard." Okay.
Nice.
So it's 2 lanes this way, 2 lanes that way, and then there's the medium. He moved over into the medium. The lady moved over into the median area, or it's actually a turn. It was a turn. And they got out to check the car, and Mike shut the door and locked the keys in the car with the engine on.
Wow.
And luckily, they were like right down the street from the apartment. So I grabbed the spare key and I started walking. By the time I got there, the lady, I guess there wasn't really any damage to her car and she was late for work. So she left and the light on the front of the van was broken and that was it. So not much to replace that and fix that. But yeah, I told Mike, I said, if anybody asks, tell them you hit a tree trunk that was left in the street or something. Actually, that's what we told the insurance company. Oh, crap.
Wow, Andrew.
That was a long time ago. So
yeah, but what's the statute of limitation?
Yeah.
Oh, they already paid for the vehicle got repossessed and the repossession.
No, I mean the statute of limitations on insurance fraud. You twit.
Yeah.
I never made an insurance claim. We never made an insurance claim.
Oh, okay.
The company that repossessed the van did.
Who cares?
So, yeah, I don't care about that. Yes, we had a van repossessed. So if any SJW out there wants to look into my history, I will freely admit to that.
So everybody has something, dude. Oh, God, the way they do background checks on people. You want to do a background check on somebody over your arguments of comic books? That's psychotic, dude.
Yeah.
That is...
Yes, but EVS and Mike Miller harass people.
I don't care if
yeah, exactly.
I don't care if EVS did do something wrong. It that's psychotic behavior.
All right, let me save this file real quick. This is kind of a quick sketch. Well, it was more or less a quick sketch that I just talked over the entire time.
Yeah.
But I changed it from, it's nowhere near what originally I had planned, but that's okay. Today's date, the 4th. This would be 35. No, well, since I missed it last night, this will have to be sketch number 34.
Is that true, Lorenzo? Asians, did you already read this? The script?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The Harvard thing?
I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, it could be believable. But all right,
it is believable.
Yeah.
All right, so here, let me show you this. This is something I got 2 years ago at Heroes Con. This was the Mike Ringo Telos Tribute Volume 1 book, which is actually pretty cool. But whoever set it up did a really bad job with the pages. But this right here, you see this sketch that's here? Kodiak? That's Mike Ringo's art.
Oh, wait, I know him. Oh man, really?
It's very pretty, and
I don't know him personally, but
Lorenzo says Tim Pool covered the Harvard thing. So maybe it's true. Yeah,
no, I know. I've downloaded his pictures before, and I inked over them. So
see here. Chapter 13, turning, page 92, Andy Smith pencils. If you go to page 92.
It's true, I recognize that tiger character.
Yeah, that doesn't. Later on in the book, the page number is, what the hell is going on?
I wish I was as good as that, man.
Well, this isn't I love this animated style. This is awesome. But yeah, there's some great artists in here. It's been a while since I flipped through this book. Oh, what's his name? Oh crap! I know what Neil Vokes. I should have known that. This is awesome. Where he did it in black and white with the gray tones.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
That is great. I like this bad guy. I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah, you should appropriate it.
I should appropriate it. I should appropriate it like a motherfucker.
I'm going to appropriate mother flubber. I'm going to use it.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not sure if they released book 2. If they did, it probably came out this year or last year at the con, which I missed. I wasn't able to go, but it's a gorgeous book. You know what's so sad about this is they had this book and it was $50. So I was like, okay, I'm willing to buy it because it's a tribute to Mike Ringo and it's got a lot of artists. And they had a bunch.
You bought it before he died?
No, this is
okay.
9 years after he died. And
wait, how long has this dude been dead?
Since 2007, 11 years. So, needless to say, they were selling them for $50, and they had a bunch of the artists there that were doing signings, and I didn't care about getting anybody's signature on it. I just wanted the book. And then I found the table where his family was set up, and they were selling original pages. and I bought a page for $50. And had I not bought this book, had I realized that they had original pages, I would have bought 2 pages of original art and skipped the book. But that's all right. It's still really cool. Lorenzo's got a comment that's hidden for review. Let's see what he says here. Oh, that's fine. We could show that. He's showing the article, Why Affirmative Action is Racist by Tim Pool. Tim Pool's of Korean and Haitian or Hadia ancestry, and he includes the link. Lorenzo, how were you able to put a link in my chat?
He wasn't. That's why you had to review it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, Andrew.
Hey, Lorenzo, do you want a wrench? I'll give you a wrench for next time. If you don't mind, I'll give you a wrench.
The people.
Yeah. Boom, Lorenzo, you're wrenched up, man. He's been here the whole night with us, so I feel fine.
Yeah.
You have been knighted, sir.
He says, "Sure, please. You're done, man." I don't get the whole moderator thing, but I think Avery was telling me that it's kind of a like a status symbol for people sometimes, to be moderators on different shows and so forth.
Plus, if we ever achieve any sort of popularity, you're gonna need them.
It would be good to have moderators. That's right.
You're gonna need them, and you want your early adopters, the people that you've come to know that have been around a while, that actually are real fans.
Yep.
And do like your stream. You want those people to be your mods because they're the ones that are actually going to look out for you and be fair with the hammer.
Yep. Yeah. It's a very good thing. Very good thing.
I had told everybody to come over here and follow and sub and everything from John Dillard's today, but they're probably all over at Chester's.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. No, I do too. Like I told Mike, if you waited for all of your friends not to be online so you could go online, you'd never go online.
Yeah, true.
And then you might one day accidentally go online and step on. It's just stupid. Just go online. If you wanna go live and that's what you feel like doing today, do it. It's like.
Yep. Nope. I understand. Oh yeah, this is okay. Never mind. I already talked about that. Where is the wait? Oh. Yeah, this one guy, Eric, my new friend Eric, says, I don't pretend that EVS or Miller come close to touching Ringo's legacy or contributions, but I try to make money off of a dead man's legacy shows exactly how unchristian Miller truly is. I would really like somebody to explain to me how he was making money off of that sketch.
I don't know. The church makes money off of Christ's dead legacy.
Yeah, well. And then I responded and said, wait a minute, how did EVS get dragged into this? You're starting to delve into blame all of Comicsgate territory here. Try to stay on point, please. Also, he said he may publish it. It wasn't like piece was up for on eBay already.
Yeah, and if you want to criticize Ethan in this, Ethan disagreed with him.
Yeah,
immediately. He was like, don't ink an original,
Yeah.
I believe the world's getting stupider.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
I'm proof of that.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I've even caught myself doing stupid things lately, like biting on things that I should just know is just toxic and I should stay away from. And I'm like, wait, I'm complaining. I was just telling them.
Yeah, you took the bait.
Yeah, I took the bait. But also, I'm like, plus I've noticed that it's not just SJWs just complaining. Sometimes, what was that?
I was going to show you. I did screen the. I say this with all due respect, which is none. You're a complete moron.
Oh.
I did get a copy. He deleted that.
Oh wow. The Call of Pup Through.
Yep.
But do either one of you watch football?
Yes.
Because
Hey, Jerry, how's it going? I'm sorry. Did I did I just derail what you were saying?
No, I was hoping for it. You actually said
Bird.
Oh, it's on now. It's on now.
Like, you've got a place to talk, Jackwagon.
You know, there was something else I wanted to do tonight, but I don't think we have time now. I was gonna, since it's the new month, I was gonna look at the new previews, but maybe I'll save that for. Maybe I'll do that later. Because I know you guys don't want to do that, do you?
Do what?
Previews can suck it.
Well, it's part of the show. Going through the previews at the beginning of the month, you know? So, to get us excited about something that's coming out, you know?
Mainstream comics need to die.
All right, what are you drawing right now? It's obviously not a hero thing.
No, I don't have any hero pages to work on.
Oh, that's right. Crap, I forgot.
I have nothing to work on, you putz.
When your colorist is faster than you.
Yeah, well. Actually,
the art's done. It's just him doing the little updates to it before, all of book 2's technically done.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to give him something, and then after he's done coloring, go, "Ooh, I wish I tweaked that little part right there before I gave it to him."
Yeah,
that's what I heard, Lorenzo. By the way,
let me look at page 23 real quick and see how it looks.
What I keep hearing is that Cullen Kaepernick made it uncomfortable for even the SJWs for some reason, and I'm like, I just don't want to know. But I do want to know.
Oh, he's talking about football. You don't care, Avery.
Oh, no, football sucks.
Yeah, I hate football. As kind of a homage to my father, if the Jaguars were to go, I would be interested. I know they call me a fair weather, but screw off. I've been waiting for 20 years for that.
Oh, yeah. Avery, yeah, I can send you this next page. You want to see it?
He's only been saying that all stream long.
It's just them wandering through the woods,
Okay.
It's got that nice big panel.
Yeah, I need more than that.
How long do you think it'll take you to do this? Like 3 weeks, 3 days?
Like less than a day. Like,
do you want me to give it to you, or are you just gonna wait?
Idiot! Upload it. I'm going to do 3 or 4 pages this week.
Well, let me see where the next few pages are. Oh yeah, that one's okay. That one's good. That's 2 I can send you. Let me check on the next one.
Jesus.
Who is that? Avery, do you have a guitar, or is that Kodiak?
Kodiak.
Oh, all right.
Wait, Avery plays?
No.
All right. See, there's a.
And I'm closing this out. Yeah.
All right. Those faces are actually okay. Okay, yeah, I'm going to put the next 4 pages in there for you now.
Okay. Cool.
I will do it while we speak.
And I got offered more work, but I don't know if I'm going to take it.
Oh, can you tell us about it?
That's just illustration stuff.
Well, duh.
It's just I could probably do it with pen and ink with some grayscale.
We're not talking about your corner job.
I don't think I'm going to take it.
What's the site I go to share my files? Dropbox. There we go. Okay.
You don't have a Dropbox thing installed on your desktop? Just drag and drop them?
I just go to the site.
What is Dropbox for?
File sharing.
File sharing.
Big time file sharing?
Yeah, big file sharing. If you don't have like if you don't own your own website where you have an FTP server,
yeah,
you can use Dropbox for free or pay for it for really large. Like eventually, I believe Andrew could just set up his own FTP. Like if let's say Misfit Corner was big enough to where he was doing Hero and writing 3 or 4 other books, so he had it was all big enough to employ a couple of different colors, a couple of different letters, a couple of different artists, he would just make his site big enough to have its own FTP server and just have different files, and everybody would have passcodes they would use that would let them upload directly to that server and share the files.
Okay. I think I have it on certain things. That might be easier than trying to use Google Drive.
Very similar to Google Drive.
Yep.
But Dropbox has a little app you can download, right? So I can go to my desktop to this app and I can see every file that I'm sharing with different people. Like I have a folder I'm sharing with other publishers. I've got a folder I'm sharing with Andrew. I can create a new folder to share with you if I want to send you high-res art.
I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't trust him.
I might sell it.
And I don't
put my name on it. Put my name on it. And
it hasn't done me any good. What do you think it's going to do you any good? Good luck with that, Jackwagon.
He's going to light box it and make it into a video, and
I'm going to sign my name to it.
And no one's going to watch it because it's my stuff.
No, we should do that. Avery, send him a piece, a blue line, something or other. Have him ink it, and then have us go make a big, huge deal about it, stealing art from a dead man. And then you come out and you do Tom Sawyer, and you come out and you say, I'm not dead.
Andrew, this is green room talk. You're not supposed to talk about Fight Club in live. That's a good plan.
Stop.
I'll go make a name. I'll be SJW Spider-Man. No, Spider-Ham. I'll be SJW Spider-Ham. I'll troll Andrew. Come on.
I threw up in my mouth a little.
Guys, I gotta go make an account right now called SJW Spider-Ham.
I'm surprised no one's done that already.
I know. That's what
Spider-Ham is like, I'm shocked they've brought back Spider-Ham.
Yeah,
that's from my day. Although I did like some of the Spider-Ham stories in Wata. Wata used to be so funny. Okay, Marvel used to be capable of making fun of themselves.
Yes. Back when
I mean, they used to make fun of themselves pretty hardcore in Wata. Like there was even a story in there, a little short thing of Wolverine done by Mike Mignola at the Hellfire Club, and it had Wolverine in women's lingerie at the end.
Wow.
Drawn by Mike Mignola.
I probably had all these too.
They used to make fun of themselves so hard. All their serious plot points, they would get meta and make fun of it in Wata. Yeah. Like they made fun of their cringe. They were completely aware of what they were doing, and sometimes it was a little half-baked and hammy. Now, I don't think they would do Wata. I don't think they could make fun of their obvious mistakes sometimes, or things like that. Like they would never mock Riri themselves.
No, they're not going to do that now.
They would back then. Dude, some of the pulverized, like this one bit that was like the pulverizer versus Wolverine or whatever they called.
Oh, that sounds familiar. Actually,
it was. Dude, it had me in stitches. They made fun of themselves so much.
Yeah. My sister actually turned me on to Spider-Ham back in the day.
Yeah, Spider-Ham would be in Wata. Spider-Ham does some other things.
Yeah, that's why when I started seeing him on before he was in that movie, he was in the Spider-Man cartoon on Disney. So he's been showing up for a while now.
I wish I had the rest of my comic collection down here. I would go through some of those all Watas, but look for the Mike Mignola and Wolverine and drag.
Man, I really wish I would not have gone through that era where I needed rent money to sold all my comic books.
Yeah. I sold all my original art years ago, or most of it. I still have like an Ashley Wood sketch of Psycho Mantis. I've got a couple of other things.
Wow.
But a lot of my original art I had to sell.
So I told a story on another stream, and they wasn't as hard on me as I think I should have been. They should have been. You guys want to hear the most horrifying? Now, I know Avery's going to give me tons of shit and never let me live this down. But I deserve it. I deserve it. My father passed away in 98. And that same year, I kind of had a funny reaction to things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I truly believed I was going to be a musician, and I knew nothing about guitars. So I took my dad's Avengers number 1 and number 2, and I sold it to a person you probably know. Remember Roy's Collectibles? Remember the guy? Okay. Well, anyways, the guy that bought Roy's Collectibles just barely for enough for a learner's guitar.
You putz.
Oh, bro, it's one of those things where, like, at this age, I can't contemplate doing something like that. It's my Mike S. Miller moment, you know. It's like I can't even go. Why would I? Where was I? Where I would be in a situation like that? I can't comprehend doing something like that. So, don't know, but I did it. Yeah, it was. My dad's collection was immaculate. My dad was a Marvel kid. Basically, he was collecting comic books before Marvel came out. So when Marvel came out, he literally had every issue of Marvel comic, regardless of what it was, from 63 all the way to 86, when he sold half his collection because family. And then in 88, my mom and him separated for a year, what turned out to be a year, but they didn't know that. So he put all his collection into his grandfather's camper shed, which was safe from the weather, but not safe from somebody who caught wind that there was comic books there and stole all the comic books.
Oh.
So that Avengers number 1 and 2 turned out to be one of the few things left from that original collection. I was 17 in 98. So I was basically mad at a dead man, if you know what I mean. So it was a real weird time for me. So yeah.
Putz.
Yep. Yeah, Yep.
The stupidity of youth. You putz.
I cringe every time I tell that story too.
Oh, you should.
Uncanny, what are you currently going by on Twitter?
If you put at Uncanny Kodiak, it'll come up. Why is something juicy coming up? Oh God.
Are you like blocked or something, or what is it?
Earlier wait, you sent me a thing earlier.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on. Yeah, let me go to my.
He's in the chat room.
You are?
He's in that chat room on Twitter.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Well, I can't access it right now because I'm in a different account right now. I'm sending you an invite to my new account.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's at Uncanny Kodiak.
You are a putz.
And you did this online. Because I think I know.
How do you spell Kodiak?
How do you spell words?
W-R.
With a K or a C?
W-R-D-D.
With both.
It's K.
Okay. What? Okay.
Oh, man, I felt real dizzy, man. I got to get off this drawing table.
C-O-D-I...
No. What?
Spell Kodiak, please.
Oh, my God.
K-O-D-I-A-K.
47.
It's not finding you anywhere.
Is
it one word or?
Just put in his name.
Uncanny Kodiak.
Yeah, it found Avery. It's just not finding you.
All
right, well.
Now my name is a little bit different, but since if you put at Uncanny Kodiak, it should. Here.
Well, hell, it didn't even find me.
Who would want to?
Wow, it's not going to do that for me. Ay.
Oh man, this live stream is.
You're killing it yourself by not paying attention to it.
Yeah, I'm trying to do 3 things at once. Sorry, guys.
You're trying to do something that doesn't even matter. You're trying to start an alt account for trolling.
Live on air.
Live on air.
Yeah, but I want it. No,
didn't Deadpool exist to mock Spidey? Huh?
All right, there we go.
Deadpool is a knockoff of Spider-Man. Deadpool, he even admits that.
Yeah, he was a Ninja Spider-Man. Dude, I sold my first appearance as Deadpool for next to nothing. Because back then, you could find the first appearance of Deadpool in the 50-cent bins. It was a throwaway comic. No one cared.
Isn't it funny how many books you remember as throwaway, like should have never got value? Like that book. That book is one of them that you made so many. It's like, and once the internet came along, they could, back in the 90s and early 2000s, they could jack up the price because you couldn't find a thing.
Yeah. Heck, okay, back when cable was a big deal, the book shot up to $50 an issue, right? For a while. Then the value fell, and you could find the first appearance of cable also in 50-cent bins.
Mm-hmm.
And I sold mine back when it was like $50 and used to laugh at people. And now it's back up to what, over $100?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh.
There's a lot of things that'll keep going. We were joking and laughing about Superman number 75, but in a few years when it gets, it's really hard. Like X-Men number 1, I never see. I never see it going up in price. It's just there's too many.
Maybe one day it'll get to the 20s and 30s.
Yeah. I used to use that stuff for wrapping paper.
Yeah.
On gifts.
Lorenzo says it would be funny if EVS lightboxed Robbie Rodriguez hind end that Robbie sent him.
Oh, that would be hysterical.
Oh, well, Comic Artist Pro Secret is currently live, and he's talking kicked from Kevin Logan's live stream 24 seconds ago. So I guess we're going to wrap this up so everybody can go listen to the Ethan.
Hey, let's screen snipe him. He does it. He's totally cool for it. Let's do it.
I don't know.
I don't know. Avery, come on, man.
Share this.
We mean it in jest.
Here we go. That sounds.
Let's do it. No, it's totally cool. He totally get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I went on Kevin Logan's.
I don't know. We're not.
Kevin Logan, in case you don't know.
We have to Mystery Science Theater though.
Who was
yeah.
basically
Well, it's on now.
So on Saturday night, and he was Renfamous's host. And I mean, he asked me if I wanted to come on Monday to sort of counter any of her arguments. And I said, no, I don't really want to talk to you. I want to talk to Renfamus. I mean, that just seems like, plain. That seems like the right thing to do. He didn't get that. And then, so I basically declined. I said, no, I'd answer it myself. I'd answer Renfamus myself on my own stream. Kevin started taunting me with a bunch of weirdos on Twitter. Like, hey, where's Ethan? He was supposed to be on. And so I said, well, last year.
No, I muted me.
Oh,
now,
okay.
Fair, I've been drinking, but that's just because I was watching True Detective with Andrea. But also,
all right,
I was excited to go on Kevin Logan's stream and actually talk to him. Kevin Logan. All
right, everybody, get off my stream. Go listen to Ethan. I give you permission. You have my permission to go. right, everybody.
Avery, come back. Wait.
I know. I'm going to go listen to Ethan.
Oh, my God.
Let's be honest. Ethan's better than we are at this.
Yes, he is. All right, everybody out there. Lorenzo, thanks a lot for joining. Jerry, everybody else, thank you so much for joining. We'll catch y'all again on Wednesday. Bye.
Bye, guys.